This is Take Flights with Mark Whittle.
Welcome to the Take Flight podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, this has been class already, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've been together the best part of an hour already. It's been amazing, and yeah, thanks for having me, mate. We've done a little cold dip.
Yeah, that's what you want on a Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, post training for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And post drive for you.
Post drive for me. So it's called Rivington Brewery.
Yeah.
Okay. So at Rivington Brewery, parked up here, said hello, straight down in the river. 5 minutes.
Yep.
And we were at what, 6.7? Did you say?
6.7 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit warmer than usual.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's good just to get in and be by. It's like you said, by yourself, but it's just you can concentrate on, and
Yeah.
it's that 5 minutes of peace that you probably don't get.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, and afterwards, like, things feel like they've slowed down in a weird way.
Yeah, like I say, you're putting your body under cold water, and you just like say you got to concentrate on your breathing. It's just you against the water, really. That's what's I find it so attractive, that you can have so many ups and downs in the day, but when you get in that water, there's just you can think about, no one else, nothing. It's just all about your breathing and taking it all in. So that's why I like doing it, and there's no better scenic place to do it than the bottom of the Reza.
Yeah, now the view's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, class.
How long have you been doing it? When was like the first time you started doing that?
We've been doing it now, I reckon, about 7 weeks. It might be a bit longer, but Ben just dropped me a message, and every Sunday now we come up, and it's a bit of a ritual now. Every Sunday we come up, do 5-10 minutes, and have a couple of beers together.
Yeah, that's class.
Yeah, it's good.
The beers are the reward at the end.
Yeah, that's it. That's your little treat for Sunday, isn't it?
Well, mate, yeah, as I said, I've been really looking forward to coming up and seeing you. And I remember the first time I saw you, it'd be years ago now, it was when you were at Wigan.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of my family from Wigan. My dad's born and raised in Wigan. And so we're Wigan fans of the family, so brought up on that team. But you were just electric as a player, and someone who stood out to me as a player from when you first came to the squad. So to see you now and meet you, and as I said, spent the best part of an hour, and you got a great energy, like very humble guy, very nice to everyone already. It's just always nice to see that sort of side of people.
You've got to be. I think people see you on the pitch, you might be hot-headed and that, but once you cross that white line coming off the field, you've got to change. So I think I'm a likeable player, a person, and that's what I try and portray myself as.
What do you think? Do you flip a switch when you go over the white line?
Yeah, I'm three type of people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a Josh Charnley rugby player, Josh Charnley the father, Josh Charnley the husband. So I think I'm three type of people. That's what. So days I'll go to training, I'm the rugby player, and then when I pull up on the drive at home, that's when I flip the switch, and now I'm a father and a husband. So.
Yeah. And is that like a conscious thing then? So you'll sit there and then you go, right, now I'm turning to Josh.
Yeah, mate, you can get lost. So you know what social media is like now. You can get home, you can spend the best part of 3-4 hours scrolling, and you're missing out 3-4 hours of playing with your kids. So I try and spend as much as possible with the boys and the missus, because we train sometimes till 3-4, and kids go to bed at 6-7 o'clock. So if you get home, you want to check all your Instagram out. I don't do that. So I try and do all that once the kids are in bed.
Nice.
So that's a little.
That's amazing. Yeah. It's what they see is scary, isn't it? What they take on from what we're doing, basically. Yeah,
especially that our generation now. It's all about social media.
Yeah.
So and
How old are you?
phones. I'm 30 now.
30.
Yeah. So I just try and leave it, and when they say once the kids are in bed, that's your time, then me and my missus' time. So if she's busy doing inquiries for her job, I'll just have a flick through it, and then once she's done, that's it.
Yeah.
We spend some time together.
Yeah. It's hard, isn't it? Because it has that negative side. It's funny how often it comes up, because it's obviously something that's so present for us. But the benefit also is that you and I connected on that. So we started speaking.
Yeah, that's it. It has its ups and downs, it has its pluses, doesn't it? But there's a lot of I don't know, it's false. Some of it's false in it. Advertisement, and people want to be portrayed on something, and people want to look like people. So
Yeah.
I think it's like false advertisement. But
No.
on the flip side, that's how me and you connected.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. One sec, wait.
she got. Yeah, it's still flashing, isn't it?
We'll trust it. So, Matt, I wanted to talk first about Josh, the rugby player, right?
Yep.
So, third all-time try scorer in rugby league.
Yep.
So basically, you're number 3 forever as a rugby league player as far as tries scored.
Yep.
How's that feel?
Yeah, good. Since I've had 2 years out of the game, and still to be scoring tries at my age, it's good. But being up there, my aim is number 1. I am going for that top spot.
Yep.
Yeah. 'Cause you're down there with, my name now, if you of them are the actual greats of rugby league. You know, the Danny Maguire, who's number 1. You got Paul Wellens, Keith Senior, who are now 4th. So, they're the greats of the game. So, me to be up there with them is a massive achievement. But my eye is set on number 1.
Yeah. So how many have you got to go?
Just over 40, I think.
Okay.
So
and Ryan Hall's ahead.
he's
like
second,
10 ahead of you or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll get him this year.
Yeah.
I know I will.
Love it. Amazing. Is that the sort of thing that, when you're like young, would you think about things like that, or do they just come up as records and you just?
No, I wouldn't set out a marker of like, right, I want to score 40, 50 tries this year. It's just, I've been playing in some teams where I've been lucky enough to actually score tries, and I've players outside of me who can put me away for. So I've been fortunate at that, but it does take some doing, scoring some tries. So I've got to give myself some credit.
Oh, 100%. Well, at the end of the day, there's obviously so much more to the game, but it's all about who scores the most tries.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so. But I'm glad I'm up there. But I say if I didn't have them 2 years out, who knows where I could have been? I could have been there already. So, but we're third, and I'm ticking each game as it comes and trying to get as many tries as possible.
Yeah, it's amazing, mate. What do you think it is then that allows you to be so good at that particular part of the game? Like, you're already very humble there, saying you've got good people who get the ball out to you, right? But like, what is it that makes a great try scorer?
Just being able to probably finish them off, knowing your space that you're in, and just any opportunity you get, you've got to take it. You can't be half-hearted, because if you go half-hearted in, you're going to get tackled. So you've just got to be fully committed to what you're doing, and which I think I've been like that. I've come up through that Wigan system where we competed for everything, and I think that's still in me now.
Yeah. What specifically about you do you think it is? Because you're, let's just face it, like ridiculously quick, strong. So like, what is it about your skill or your traits that allow you to do that?
I think it's just my ticker. I just want to get over that line. I know if I get some space, I can probably beat majority of the wings I come against. And
pace and strength wise.
Yeah, try to. Yeah, probably not as much pace anymore. I'm a bit heavier than usual.
But when you started at Wigan, like, was that your main trait, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was quick all the way I reckon I was turned 27 and my pace started going, but that's because the kg started coming on. So, but I've always been quick.
Yeah.
But I try to still work on it now. I know I'm 30, but I'm still working on little techniques that I can to better myself day in, day out.
What else is there? So strength, speed, you said agility, like spatial awareness.
Yeah, it's just knowing where to be and what to do with that space.
Yeah, amazing, mate. And then, so you're saying there, like, you're working on it. What does a week look like for a rugby league professional in general? And then is there anything different that you do at Warrington at the minute?
So depending when you play, it depends what days you have off. But we always have 2 days off before the game. So that I'll train myself. I'll either go to the gym or, like I say, stretch.
Yeah.
Just work on myself. In the week, it's very. We do a lot of meetings at Warrington. We focus on a lot on the team stuff, which is good, and it's very individual as well. You gotta better yourself in, because the competition at the minute in our team is good. It's healthy competition, which you've got to be on your best performance. So you want to work on yourself to stay in the team week in, week out.
Yeah.
So once I've got older, when I was younger, I think I just had more drive, but now I've got to be smarter of what I'm doing and can't overdo certain things.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's one of those where competition's good because I like being dominant and I like winning. So
Yeah, amazing, mate. What is the favourite part of what you do? Like, because like, what's the ratio as well? If we're talking like weight training to cardio to sprint training to like team formation, that sort of stuff.
So because I'm band at the minute, we're doing bits of everything. So we're doing weights, wrestle, contact, con on the pitch, and then we go against the lads who are playing at the weekend. So we train like the team they're playing against. So so it's at the minute it's a mixed bag. But when you're in the starting team, you know, it's depending when you play, depending what weight session you do or what contact you do, it varies. But it's I'd say it's like a 50-50 split.
Yeah. Because also, like, rugby league is known as a very quick game, isn't it? A very strong game, and I think most athletes can recognise how tough and just generally how athletic rugby league players are.
Yeah,
it's a mad game, like the speed of it, and just because of like the nature of the rules, how you got to be up and at it again. And so, where do you kind of see rugby league faring against other sports?
Yeah, it's good. I know we've gone on to Channel 4 at the minute, and our first game was against Leeds, which I think it had like 750,000 viewers, which is good. But
I was one of them.
Yeah, but then it had a red card, yellow cards, it had tries, it had loads of drama, which is good.
Yeah.
You want that in a game. Yeah, it's tough because you're running at your full speed into 2 or 3 players who might be over 100 kg each. So it's a car crash every carry you're taking in, basically. So it is tough, but you adapt to it. Your body gets used to it, and I think if people have never watched rugby league before and watched it, I reckon they'll get straight into it.
Yeah, it feels different this season, like noticeably, like whether it's the league or the partnerships that they've made are really striving towards getting the game further out there, more exposure.
Yeah, it needs it. I don't think it has as much exposure as other sports out there. I know, like I say, this new deal with Channel 4's class, so it's putting it out there to people who can't afford Sky or who don't have, you know, the box. So it's good. It's what the sports needs. It needs to grow. It needs to show what world class players it actually has.
Yeah, it is such a great game, and I was saying to you before, I'm going to watch Wigan tonight.
Yeah.
Your old team.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started for you, right? Well, obviously you were in teams around Wigan and then went into the academy. Yeah,
so I started off at Charnley Panthers. I was 6-7 years old, might be a bit older. No, around 7 years old. A guy who actually plays now, still Jamie Ellis, he's at York City Knights. I lived on the street behind him, and he just said, why don't you come training with me? So I went, I think it was a Tuesday, Thursday, down at a local school near us, and from that it just grew and grew from there. And I've been lucky enough to play for like the Lancashire County, and then I got picked for like regional camps, and then I got picked on for Wigan development team, and I think I was about 13, 14, and then Wigan released me, saying I weren't, because I only developed when I was 16, 17. I only grew into like the boy I was then. I was still small, and I was still nippy though, but I was just a little boy. Yeah. So then Wigan released me, and then I moved on to a club called Wigan St Pat's when I was 16, and I was playing under 18, so I was playing up 2 years. And then Wigan picked me back up, and then from there I signed like a pay-as-you-play. It was, if you played, you got 25 quid. If you lost, you got nothing. So
for Wigan?
Yeah.
Really?
So that was my deal, So back then, I come through the system, I come through academy, reserves, and then signed first team.
That's amazing. I didn't realise you got dropped and then picked back up. So did you always want to be a pro after you started playing?
Mate, I didn't actually know what I wanted to do. I think because I knew I was good at a sport, I think I don't think my parents were pushy. I just wanted to, when I got released, I I think I did cry. I know I was in car, my dad crying, thinking that's like, feels like your world's over when you've been dropped from your town team. But I knew I wanted to get back, and I think I had that drive to think, right, you dropped me, but I'll be seeing you again. So.
Amazing. So you dropped you thought about that. You played 3 years at Wigan St Packs.
Yeah.
So what was it like when they came back around then?
Well, it was mad. So they asked me, so we played a game, I can't remember who it was, but I played fullback.
Yeah.
I've always been like a 6'7", like an half-back when I was coming through at Charnley. And then when I went to Wigan St Pats, the guy was like, you're not a 6'7", you're a wing centre fullback. So I started playing there at Pats, and yeah, the game that I got picked up with Wigan, they kicked off and I went full length. So and I scored in front of the scout called John Pendlebury. And then after the game, he come and he went, I want to have a word with you. So from there, he said, I want you to come down and start training. And then ever since.
What do you think that was? Was it like was there a, I'll prove you?
I think so, yeah. I didn't know he was there at the time. It was just, I think I was just lucky enough I caught the ball, seen a gap, ran for it, scored right in front of him, and he's gone, right, his name. So, but yeah, I knew, I don't think I knew I wanted to play back at Wigan. I just loved the sport, and when you're in a team environment that you enjoy and you like turn up to training because the lads are good, it's a good feeling. They say you can have some down days where some people who work in offices, for example, who hate the job, go home, and then they fall out with the missus. But when you're in a team environment, you've got good lads around you. You can be feeling down, but then you go in and someone might make you laugh, and then your spirits are up a little bit, and then you're in it together. So I think that's what I like, being around, like a group environment.
That's so good to hear, mate. It's interesting. I was literally having this thought on the way up, right? So the way that this works, sometimes I have a sponsor, which means that I'm getting paid for the podcast. It basically just pays for itself, in truth, because I invest it all back into making it better, like we were talking about before we started recording. Yeah. But this one, and the one tomorrow, and a couple of the other ones I've done recently, they're done in the faith that I'll find another sponsor, because this is for later, basically. So I was kind of thinking, like, this day, today, coming up to meet you, doing a cold dip, going to watch Wigan tonight, and then I'm going to go and see Ollie Ollerton from SSC Desmonds tomorrow at his house. So he's been on before, I already know him, he's a great guy, and it'll just be a good day. Those moments are what motivate you to make you want to make it happen, to make you want to be successful. So I suppose it's similar in the sense that you're with your mates, you're in a team, you're winning, you're enjoying it. So then that's almost enough. Just the love of it is the thing that drives you on.
Yeah, drives you on to something better.
Yeah. So what about coming on for Wigan for your first time?
Oh, mad. Especially, at Wigan I went on, so making my debut I went on loan. So in my position at the time when I was in first team, there was Amos Roberts, Pat Richards, and then Darryl Goulding played on the wing as well. So me coming through, Michael Maguire said, you need to go on loan. So I was like, fine. So I went to Blackpool Panthers. Played 4 weeks there. I think I scored 5 or 6 tries, kicked loads of goals, and then Justin Morgan, who was the Hull KR head coach, rung asking for me. So I went up to Hull KR for 4 weeks. But my first game, Super League, was against Leeds. And I was playing centre. I've never played centre before, against Keith Senior. Really? So me I think I was 18, playing against like Keith Senior, who's the all-time great, like GB centre, England centre. And I played against him. I think I got the better of him. I think I scored 2 in my first game, and I think I had a good game. I remember, my memory's shocking, but but then I come back. So I played 4 weeks up there, I think it was, and then I come back because I think Amos got injured. So I come back to Wigan, then played against Hull KR at Hull KR. So it was good. You know, it's good to be back in the team that you wanted to play for. I know that I had opportunities to play and better myself in some different environments. Yeah. But, you know, going back to my town, that's what you want. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that about your first Super League game. Yeah. So that was for Hull KR. Hull KR, yeah. You played against Keith Senior. Yeah, so 2010 that. 2010? Yeah. So for context, like you said there, you know, one of the greats, but he's like a legend in rugby league. And as you said, like one of the best players in the game at that point. Was that during his peak, or was he I think he was coming to the back end of his, yeah.
But I wonder
think
what
it
that
was,
did for you to really compete and, as in your words, get the better of someone like that. Like, could then give you the confidence to drive on.
To drive it, yeah. You just want as soon as you get taste of victory, you want it again and again, don't you? And I think because I was playing OK rugby, you want to bet yourself and you look at your weak points and you work on them more. So yeah, I just tried, because I've never played centre before. I had to think about looking after my guy on the inside and my outside, so it was good.
Yeah. What were some of your favourite moments from the Wigan days? A lot of success, a lot of silverware there, really great group of lads, a lot of local lads. What are your sort of memories and fond moments of that period of time?
I think the tightness of the group. So there was a few lads who was coming through, and we stayed together through reserves and then into first team, and then having players like Wigan had at the time when we was coming through. Stuart Fielding was there. They had Pat Richards was a massive name, George Carmont. So having players like that you could look up to, and then you're a part of it and you're winning, and the team chemistry was class. So even though we was young boys, the old boys, everyone was in it together. So
who are your group of mates who came up?
So when I was coming, Sam Powell's still there, Don Crosby's retired, Jack Hughes, Ian Thornley's still knocking about. Who else was there? I don't miss anyone out. But then a year older than me is Liam Farrell, and then a year older than that there's Sam Tompkins, Lee Mossop. So we was all together. Yeah. So it was like a young group, it was class.
Yeah. But and what about George? Are you playing with again now?
So George come through. I think he was a late blossomer. So
bit younger than you.
Yeah. I think he's only 27, George, or 26. So, but yeah, then that age group come through, and they were all the young boys who was challenging for spots. So everyone who was at Wigan, who was. So if the first one from I think it was from academy to first team, everyone, the players were the same, you trained the same. Yeah. But you weren't first team. So once you got the opportunity to step up, if you got asked to join, you weren't out of place. You weren't following what to do. You knew what was going on. So anyone who stepped up, you knew you was competing well. So yeah, that's what they had that. And
what do you mean by that then? So is that different at other clubs? You're saying the academy, all of the age groups would train the same.
Yeah.
Is that different other places?
Yeah, I think I think it's all the same now. I think everyone's followed suit,
but that at the time that was unique to Wigan, was it?
Yeah, I think. So you seen for example, lads getting injured, and there'd be an unknown player coming in. Boom, you give him the ball, he'd know what to do, or he knew the lines to run, place to be, where to be.
The separation.
So, there's no divide. So I think that was a thing for Wigan, and. And everyone was competitive, everyone was hungry, and the coach, when Madge come in 2010, he changed the full system of Wigan, and from that I think it changed the way Wigan were. We were winning, started winning silverware, and that was it. The legacy continues.
Yeah. What was your favourite win? When we talk, proper. When you won grand finals, Challenge Cups. What was your favourite?
Yeah, I think my first trophy was 20. So I was a part of the 2010 team, but I was 20th man. So I just went in my suit. I didn't get changed. I didn't warm up or anything. But I was a part of the team then. But then 2011, that's when I made me. Challenge Cup. That's when we won in the Challenge Cup. That's probably my best, because I snapped my finger in the first minute. So my finger was back to front, and the doc was like, "You need to come off." I was like, full of adrenaline. I was like, "I'm not coming off. Just tape it." So he pulled it round, taped it, and get to half time, and then 9 minutes later, I scored the first try. So
good.
That always sticks with me. That's probably my favourite try, and one of the memories that gets to me.
Which finger was it?
That one there. So that top, you can see how it's cut down.
Yeah.
So that bit was like that.
Oh.
So as I've jumped for the ball, it's just popped, and that was gone. But as I've landed, I've gone oh, that didn't feel right, and I can just see my finger now.
Your hands are all right.
That's all I've got. So these are dead. Yeah, I've only got the middle finger.
They look normal though.
Yeah.
Jamie Peacock, his hands are like that.
Knickknacks. Nah, I've just got that, mate.
That'll do. Play around the golf just about, could you?
Yeah, I just pick bricks up when I finish.
So we're starting to get towards the point of your career when you went, took a leap of faith really. When this podcast, Take Flight, is an element of that is, of course, performing to your best, but the leaps of faith that you take, or leaps of faith in quotations, they're often just little steps. But you did that for yourself, and you made the decision to go from rugby league into rugby union. You moved to Sale Sharks. What was that? Firstly, what was the decision-making process like for that? Because you were having so much success at Wigan and as a club, obviously as individually as well.
Yeah, it was just. I think at the time it was just. I wanted to test myself. There was something out there saying that it weren't right staying, and it took me weeks to decide what I wanted to do. I was going up to the Lake District, and I was up there in Coniston. I was going up there. I was leaving my phone at home down here because I only lived down the corner. I used to leave my phone here, drive up, no contact me. I didn't speak to anyone, just to like think about what I wanted to do, because it is a massive move. It was all, like I say, we was winning silverware. I was in a good team. I had mates there, but there was something saying that I needed to step out of my comfort zone, and and that actually took weeks to decide that I was gonna say bye to Wigan and take on a new challenge. And Sale come in, and it was good because I didn't have to leave home. And then my missus fell pregnant with our first child, so then it just all the steps just took the boxes. So it was.
So did they come in for you first, or how did it work?
Yeah, so I think my agent who sorted it all out. Yeah. So my agency looked after by like majority of union boys. There's only me now who's in league, so I think he's quite connected with, like I said, the club. So but I did ask him if I wanted to, because I would never. Like I said when I signed, I'd never play for another Super League club. I was determined Wigan was my team, and I'd never play for another Super League club. But then Sale come in, and I went back there, and when it just were, like I say, it was just a challenge that I wanted to take and adapt to something new, being in different cultures of some lads from the teams. There was a lot of South African Islanders in the team, so and I've grown up with the lads at Wigan for 10, 11 years, maybe longer. So I wanted to, like I say, just test myself, and you need to. It's healthy at the end of the day. Like the drive to training to Wigan was getting repetitive. It was same thing. I knew what I was doing day in, day out, and it was one of those where, right, what do I do now? Do I stay doing this, or do I test the boat and see if I'm good at the code across? Yeah,
that's interesting, mate, isn't it? It's almost like the consistency of success to a degray becomes comfortable then, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's like,
does.
right, we need to try something different.
It's healthy as well to try something new. Instead of just doing the same thing day in, day out, just to test the boundaries. And
so you said when you're making the decision, you sort of left your phone alone as much as possible.
Just because it's a distraction, isn't it? You know what it's like. So the farther I'm away from it, the better. It doesn't. I think I'm still like that now. I'm not glued to my phone, or I just like being free.
Yeah, I hear that, mate. Gives you clarity of mind.
Yeah, like saying, as soon as you pick your phone, what do? Boom, Instagram. In the morning, people, you get our young lads at the minute, it's Snapchat, Instagram, Tinder, trading. They're opening up the phone up. I think I seen something the other day. I was on about, would you let 100 odd people in your bedroom first thing? You wouldn't, would you?
Nah.
But you'd open up 100 odd notifications on your phone.
Where was that?
I can't remember. I seen it. It just popped up.
Did you put it on your story?
I think it might have been, yeah.
I must have seen it on
music. Did you see it?
Yeah.
I was like, it's true.
Yeah.
As soon as you wake up, what are you doing? Boom, checking your notifications. You don't. Do you want 100 people standing over your bed while you're waking up? No, you wouldn't, so why do it?
It's wild how things have changed. This is a slightly off-topic subject, or loosely connected, but so I had my first night with a babysitter the other day. So me and the missus went out for dinner, and the babysitter came around, which was weird in itself, because we walked out of the house, I was like, fucking hell, I'm the parent. It's so weird. I remember being a babysitter myself. So she's like 21. She's really nice. But she was explaining She works at the nursery that my little girl's at.
Yeah.
So she was explaining like the setup, because we don't really know much, because she went into nursery during COVID, so we've never even actually been inside it.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice nursery. But I was like trying to pry and find out a little bit more while she was so she was telling us a bit about it. It was like, oh, you know, we get 20 minutes for lunch, or 2 20-minute breaks in a 10-hour shift, something ridiculous, and then they eat at lunch at the same time as the kids and all this stuff. I was like, fucking hell, so you only get 40 minutes all day? They're like, yeah. I was like, what do you do then in that time? She's like, oh, we TikTok. I was like, what do you mean you TikTok? She's like, we all sit and watch TikTok and then tell each other what TikToks we're watching. I was like, my mum was blown. I was like, I completely went away from asking about the nursery. I was like, why are you watching TikTok?
What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? But
yeah, I suppose some people, I don't know, it's become their source of information. I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Like I seen some tweeters, you can watch the war in Ukraine developing on TikTok. Like,
it's good. I suppose it's good in some ways, isn't it? But there's just, you can't get away from anything anymore.
no, but like I said, the more I'm away from my phone, the better. That's what I see it.
Also, when we're talking decision making, right? So you making a decision to leave a great part of your career, challenge yourself. What I've noticed recently is you have to be accountable to those decisions.
Yeah.
So the clearer state of mind you've got and the better place you are to make those decisions, you can trust yourself to make those and keep yourself accountable to it.
Yeah, if you go in half-heartedly and you turn up to, like, say, I turned up to Sale not knowing anyone. Like, say, there's different cultures, different languages knocking around, and I think I was 20, I can't remember how old I was, turning up, Charlie boy, rugby league background, never played rugby union before.
Never played it before? Never.
So I was jumping straight in the deep end, and you've just got to adapt. You've got to take them chances.
But you were one of, if not, right up there, best players in Super League at the time, right? What was the transition like into rugby union?
I wouldn't say it was hard, because it's the same shaped ball, you're running on a pitch, but I don't think I got coached well when I was there. I just, right, you do your best. I think that's what it felt like. But the transition was tricky, knowing the rules of the games differently to rugby league. There's 2 more men on the pitch, so yeah, it weren't hard, but it were a bit confusing at times.
And you didn't have the support for that transition necessarily? Not
really, no. I didn't think I got invested in. I think I just got left out there to train, and by the end of it, I think I played my last ever game for Sale. I played, and we played against London Irish, and it was a game where no one had to tell me, right, be here, be in this position.
Yeah.
I played a good game. I think I got man of the match. I scored, and I didn't play them for 7-8 weeks, and I went into the coach's office, and I was like, what's going on? And he was just like, don't know. And then that was it. Then I rung my agent up on the way home, and I said, I think my time's done.
How long did you do there?
18 months I did at Sale.
Yeah.
But then weeks before, prior to after not being picked, you start thinking then, don't you? I was thinking that I'm depreciating as a rugby league player. I know it's not all about the money, but you want to earn as much money as possible.
While you
it's,
can.
It's only a short career, and so those thoughts going through my head. I'm depreciating as a rugby league player. What do I do? Do I stay? Because the money was okay. I could have stayed there and just got in a wage, but I'm not. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I want to play. I want to better myself, and I rung my agent. I said, "That's it. What can we do?" And then 2 days later, I got an offer in from, I think it was Lee. I was like, nope. And then they rung Wigan up, and at Wigan at the time they've got, I think they had Joel Burgess, Marsh Hughes there now, Don Manfredi. They had too many wingers, and I think Raz at the time said, no, like, there's no space for me. So
Raz, who's
Chris Radnitzky, the CEO now, So when he said that, I was devastated, because Wigan's my team, so that was who I wanted to play for. But once that happened, I had to, like I say, adapt, because I knew I weren't going back to Wigan. So then Warrington come in, and I had a meeting with the coach at the time and the CEO and the chairman, and I got a good vibe from him. And I think that was a Monday afternoon in Manchester. Wednesday I was training with him. Signed, so...
That quick?
Yeah, that quick. It went really fast.
Was it start of their season or...?
So I went in March.
Okay,
they started in beginning of
just
Feb.
after starting. Okay. So was it just good timing for them, or they were just really keen to get you on board?
I think it might have been just good timing, but yeah, they approached me before when I was still at Sale, and I weren't playing, and they rung my agent then saying, "What's he thinking?" And I was like, "I've not played a game yet. Like I wanna play rugby union and see if I'm good enough."
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, and.
So how do you look at that time then? Because if you look back at rugby league players who have made that switch, you think really, Jason Robinson, maybe Chris Ashton,
yeah,
and who else?
Stephen Myler, he was at Widnes and then went playing. He's the fly half.
Okay.
There's quite a few who've done it, and there's a few who've come this way.
Yeah,
like Luther Brell's tried it, but then went back. Joel Tompkins he was at Wigan, then went Saracens, and then he's come back. So yeah, there is good. It needs more of it, I think.
Yeah.
There needs to be players testing themselves.
What do you think would have had to happen for you to make it work at Sale to a level that you expected it to get to?
If I just think I needed probably more time invested into me instead of just
more coaching.
Boom, just a bit more, not cuddling, but like. Just a bit more time to say, right, you need to work on this. Right, today we're going to do this week after training. I'd have stayed there 12 hours a day if it meant me bettering myself. But like I say, it was just at the time, it's a business in it.
Yeah.
You're only a big piece of meat. And
who's the owner there again?
the owner is who's the owners now? Is it Simon Orange still?
That's it.
And Jed Mason?
Well, that's who I was thinking of. Was he the owner when you were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was Steve Diamond who was the coach when I was there.
Right, okay.
No, he's not there now.
Okay. Was it do you think it was a culture thing?
I don't know. There's a lot of, at the time then they signed Dennis Solomona, Marlon Yard, so there's two international wingers, and I'm not established in rugby union, so possibly that could have been a reason.
Yeah.
So my time just didn't go how I planned it.
Do you regret anything, or do you look back on it badly?
I don't regret anything I do. I don't think you can. But I do look back and think, what if? But I'm enjoying myself now, and like I say, I'm out of contract this year, and if the opportunity come back round that, if Sale were interested or any other rugby union club, I'd give it another go, because you've got to, I think.
Yeah.
But
in the right environment.
That's it, yeah. And they say you've got to make as much dollar as possible. As I'm coming to the back end of my career now, aren't I?
Well, once you get that number one spot, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I won't leave till then.
But then you came to Warrington, mate, and then the success that you've had has been amazing.
Yeah,
so congrats on that. You got silverware again.
Yeah.
Twice? 3 times?
No, just twice.
Twice.
Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
Just 2 Challenge Cups. Yeah, 2 Challenge Cups, I think it is, or one. I think 1 or 2, I can't remember. Yeah. Memory's shocking.
I think
it's one Challenge Cup, 2019. Yeah.
And you lost one.
Yeah, so we got to Challenge Cup 2018, got beat off Catalan.
Yeah.
Got back there 2019, beat St Helens.
That's it, yeah.
And then we got beat in the grand final as well, 2018, I think it was.
Yeah.
Against Wigan.
And, how was it playing against Wigan, by the way?
Yeah, first time I played him, I was like, if I score, I'd never celebrate.
Yeah.
And then when I heard him boo my name, I was like,
did they boo you?
Yeah. I was like, that's a bit harsh. And then I scored, and I was like, fuck this. Yeah.
So no holding back anymore.
Nah, still, like I said, Wigan give me that kickstart into my rugby career, and I'd always be grateful. Like I say, I still stay in contact with them, and still speak to Rads, Matty, and so I'm still close with a few of the boys there. I'm fishing all the time with Sam Powell, who still plays there, and my eldest is same age as a few of the boys there as well. So we all stay in contact. You do when you've come up through the system game. You've been through so much success and heartaches, and you do come tighter as a group, even though you might not see him every day.
Yeah.
Once you see him, you've got that brotherhood.
It's something that I don't think it's hard to really, but it doesn't come across on Channel 4 But that's something I get from everyone I've spoke to at rugby league. It's like a bit like a family, even though it is competitive and everything else. But
you can see how it is with Rob Burrows at the minute.
Yeah,
though it is conditioned, but like the rugby league family have done what they're doing, and and Kev's done what he's done for him. It's incredible. But like I say, the tightness in rugby league, I think it is. Yeah. You could be at any other club, and you've got something in common, and you all buy into it. And end of the day, you're taking each other's head off. But when the whistle goes, you're all mates, and you do it because you love it.
What was the hardest bit about coming back into league? Because you'd spent 18 months adapting to a different type of game.
Probably just getting my body back to contact again, because in rugby union it's not as physical as rugby league.
Yeah.
You can run as hard as you want, but you're only getting chopped in rugby union. Where in rugby league you're running, like I say, you're running into two people who are ready to take your head off. So just probably getting my body back into it, and because there were some games I played, I didn't even touch the ball in one game. I just ran around. Yeah, it's just like there's no involvement in some games. But in rugby league, you're involved all the time. You've got to get back 10 metres, and if you're on the wing, you've got to get back for a kick or you kick chase. And so you're always doing something. So, just trying to get my body back into RL mode.
Yeah. There's a great picture that you posted. I can't remember who it was against, but there's like three guys trying to bring you down.
Yeah.
And you get over the line.
Yeah.
And that's just the difference.
There's, like I said, I was on about before, you're aware of your space that you go, and if you're confident enough and you take it, and if I get a metre on someone, I'll burn them.
Yeah.
So if you're confident in yourself, you'll go far.
Yeah. So you're speaking about playing against Wigan again, and you did celebrate in the end.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But I really wanted to ask you about something that seems like really important to you, and a few of the rugby lads celebrate in the same way, but it's the joining jack.
Yeah.
When you do the
JJ salute.
Owen Farrell does it, and a few other lads.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind joining jack, and why is it something that's so important to you and continue to celebrate it and support it?
So Chris Radlinski come up to me one day in training, and he went, "What are you doing?" After training, I was like, "I'm just going home," because he knows I live in Charnley. And he went, "I want you to follow me after training." So I was like, yeah, fine. So I followed him to an house in Charnley, Richard. I live 2 minutes away from there now. So I followed Chris to that house, and I met Alex and Andy and little Jack and his brother James. And then they told me about the story about Jack, and it just grabbed me straight away. I'm welling up now thinking about it, but he's fuck. Shit.
Take your time, mate.
It's got me.
It's okay. A couple of deep breaths, mate. Take your time.
Yeah, but like Jack is such a special little boy, and to see such a powerful, illness struck on a little kid like him, it got him straight away. And
what is the illness?
He's got Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So it's attacking his muscles. So, and then once he gets hold of that, it goes for everything else. So, but he's on a trial now, which is hopefully prolonging that. And just to see him smiling and getting about his day-to-day stuff, even though he can't do what most kids do, but the spirit in the kid, he's special.
Yeah, that's amazing, mate. I love you. Like, you've continued to support it ever since that moment.
I try and do anything I can, taking him for Nando's, because I was lucky enough to have a Nando's black card. I know I probably shouldn't be speaking about it, but I was lucky enough to have one of them for 5 years. So
they take it off you?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they took it off me. But anytime I got off and they was off, I took Jack out, took him to toy shop. It's just the small things in it that make a massive difference to. And it took a bit of heat off Andy and AJ. They could have time alone, but yeah, I'm still close. I'm still texting them. I was only texting them yesterday. So, but yeah, he's the whole family. Like, we'll cherish, because they've done so much for us, and like I say, what me, Sam Tompkins, Owen do for Jack, we're just creating awareness so that people understand what it is, and Yeah, but Jack's an inspiring little boy, and if you ever got the chance to meet him, you know he's in your presence, because he's not afraid to say what he's thinking, and he's good. So I think he's the coach now at his school rugby team. So
nice.
he's a top little boy. But like I say, it's just one that you don't want to see. Now I've got kids of my own. Yeah, it's hard, but the spirit in the boys is what drives me. And you know, when you go around, you just love him.
Yeah, mate, it's nice to see that side of you again. Like I know I said when we spoke before, like you can just tell you're a really top lad, like a really nice guy, and you see that again there. So no, it's just really nice that you do that, mate. So you didn't have your kids when you first met him?
No, me and my missus were single. Oh, not single, but like me and missus were together, but
without the responsibility,
without any kids running around pinning our legs.
Life,
So which I tried spending as much time as possible. Just like I say, little things makes a big difference to some people, doesn't it? So yeah, we tried our best, and we still do to this day. You know, if Jack needs anything or if Alex needs stuff, so we do our best for them, because it'll always come back round to repay you if you do something good. Yeah,
no, I believe that wholeheartedly. So Josh, the dad.
Yeah.
What's it like? You got 2 little boys?
2 boys, carnage.
Yeah.
Carnage.
How old are they?
5 and 3.
Okay, wow.
Arlo Wolf Charnley's 5, and
nice.
Axel Lion.
Wow, so you're meant to go to Warrington Wolves then?
Yeah.
With Wolf.
Yeah, we didn't even name it. We just liked. We were going to call him Wolf at first, but then I think our grandparents wouldn't have said, "What's he called? Wolf?" Like unique names now, they're all in, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, we stuck with Arlo and Axel. So.
Great, mate. That must be a cool little way. It's like my girl's 18 months and it's still a bit of a graft.
Yeah,
at this age.
Well, because Axel was born in lockdown, he's still a little bit like behind his development. So he's carnage, because he don't listen. He's not bothered. Like, he's an happy little thing, but
do you notice the difference?
Yeah. Just because he's not been around people. 2 years he was stuck in lockdown. So yeah, he's going to preschool now, and he's coming out of his shell. He's a character. Like, he's funny. He cracks me up the most. But Arlo, he knows how to get about you. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, I love it, mate. Yeah, I've like, it's weird, and it probably just sounds ridiculous to people who have not got kids, but it just changes your life so much in a way you would never even think it would when you find out that you're pregnant or whatever.
Yeah. Once my missus had Arlo, the love for my missus changed. Like, I loved her more, and you know, and she's brought that life into this world. And yeah, like I say, your mind just, it's not about you anymore. Like, because I think before I was really selfish. It's always right. I've got to get me ready for the game, but now I've got to think, right. I'm still a little bit selfish on game days. I'll have a lie-in. My missus lets me have a lie-in, but. Nice. That's because I don't sleep after a game. But like, you've got to think, right, I've got to sort that out for then Zoe to have a little minute, and then where it's not just like, right, it's just me, boom, I get up when I want, eat what I want.
But it's like you often hear people say you need a purpose outside of yourself, and sometimes it's hard to find that. But the moment you've got a family, there it is.
Yeah, that's it.
It's there, right, like in front of you every day.
Yeah, and you see a lot. You do see a change in you, but you see a change in your friends as well. Like, I've lost some mates, like close mates, that as soon as I had my kid, they've not spoke to me, you know.
Really? And
they've been best mates for years prior to. But you see people like, I don't know what it is, but they see, everything's for my family. Like, I'm doing everything for my boys, my missus, and. You know, you want your mates who have been there before that to be a part of your journey, but yeah, I've had mates that have, as soon as they've had kids, don't want to know you. I think that's sad, but it's once you, like I say, your family's there, I'll never go away from that. I am a family man, and I'll do anything for anyone. But yeah, like I say, there's been a few of my mates who have smoke bombed.
Is that rugby lads?
Nah, but just like mates from back home.
Who you grew up with?
Yeah, it's just
And do they have kids?
No,
No.
that's the thing. They're still single.
Strange.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a funny one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it does qualify the ones who really care about you.
Yeah, that's it. There's always if someone told me that you'll never find like your closest mate until you've met them, and like I say, I've not got many mates. I quite keep my circle quite tight. So, but we've become friends with our neighbours. Like we moved on the street we're living in now. We've only been in it 2 years, and we've become real good mates with our neighbours. And they've just had a little girl, and we've just become like godparents to her. So,
wow.
yeah, we've come quite tight. But that's again lockdown.
Yeah.
It was VE day we met them because our street had a massive party and I had barbecue out. The street was booming. I was like, "Fucking come over here!" They was like in the corner. I was like, "Come over here," and that was it.
Yeah.
But like I say, Mrs. Mum always goes on about you'll never meet your best friend until you find it. And my Mrs. and Nicole, they're speaking every day, and you know, women are like with voice noting and planning things and. But yeah, it's
that common ground that allows that, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I say that, yeah, again, that's kids. As soon as we've had kids, you have something similar, and you go, right, I need to go home because I've got to sort kids out. But like your mates who don't have kids, you're like, why do you need to do that? Like,
yeah, don't get it.
No, they don't get it. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think that you are selfish because it's all about your family now, not about you and your mates or what you get up to.
Was that a conscious decision to keep your circle small as well?
No, I just think all my mates real now. So all my mates like from Charnley, we've all got kids now the same age. So like we all knocked around together, and now all our little sprogs are going to knock around together. So it's a good age. So, but like my circles, I just like you say, I like keeping people happy, and I don't want loads of people tagging along, and because you're going to get them. Like back in like when I first started off, because I was quite coming through, everyone wanted to be on nights out. Go on, mate, like tag-alongs. Yeah. But I'm not that type of person. No. I'm a lot. If you saw me out on a night out, you wouldn't even recognise I'm there. I'm quiet. I'm sat back. Yeah. I'm laid back. But yeah, I just keep my circle tight. And
what's your involvement with Represent clothing company? Yeah,
so George messaged me in 2011.
Is he the founder?
Yeah, George Eaton. He was a Wigan fan at the time. I think he might still be. And so George messaged me saying would I wear some of his stuff. And then that week it was building up to Challenge Cup, and I was on Granada News, and I wore his T-shirt, and I had his jumper on as well. And it just took off from there. Some people from Wigan started buying it, and then he gave me some more stuff, and then he just kept giving it me, and then people started buying it. But then at the time he had Rizzle kicks in it, and so then people were buying it from there. But then we just come best mates since then.
Are you best mate?
Yeah, we're still there. Yeah, he's godfather to my son. So
wow.
We've grown, and I've seen him grow as a man, and his business going from his dad's shed in the garden to God knows how big his unit is now. It's like 300,000 square foot, and the way he is, he's gone from nothing to probably one of the biggest clothing brands in the world at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm head to toe in it now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
The black on black.
Yeah, so I wear it every day. Like everyone in rugby league knows that everyone in rugby league knows Represent through me, I reckon.
Yeah.
And a lot of rugby union boys do as well. So yeah, I wear it every day because it fits good and it looks good. So
yeah. And what are you? I suppose because you're mates with them, it's hard to say, but ambassador?
Nah, I just wear it. I buy it. I don't get it free anymore. Yeah, I buy it. Yeah. You gotta be like he's my mate, and he's grown this brand, and like I say, I helped him out like days off, Black Fridays. I was in unit helping lads pack, and so we've all ripped in. So, but yeah, it's good to see a lad do so well out of. Like, mate, if I say he'd be good to get on your podcast because he's driven totally different to anyone. Yeah, he's driven.
I'd love to speak to him. I think the brand's awesome.
Mate, yeah, he's a good character as well. So, but now he's out in Maldives at the minute doing I've seen him doing some pull-ups. Yeah, just
holiday.
Break, mate. Yeah,
nice.
He needs it, mate. I'm not kidding you. He doesn't stop. We've been on nights out, and he's been sending emails at like 3 a.m. Like just
tough game that one though.
Yeah.
The consumer, like, because largely digital, wasn't it? The
Yeah,
brand to online,
yeah,
so
yeah.
but yeah, you got to do that in that world.
But they say he's grown. There was only, mate, at the beginning there was him, his brother, and a guy called him Tyaz, and Steph Lewis, who's still there now. There was only them four, and now I think he's got about 60, 70 staff.
Yeah.
Warehouses over here, Europe.
Where's he based?
2 minutes down the road.
Really?
Yeah. It's only,
Oh mate, I'll do one with him. I mean, you can go for a dip again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's only 2 minutes down the road. His unit. He's converted into like a massive. Well, it is the headquarters now.
That's
So,
class,
yeah.
mate. Well, mate, fair play to you. Like, you've been a big part of their journey, and you know you've taken him as a mate, and you don't charge him anything. So that's nice as well.
No, I'm giving him money.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, pre-game. What's the pre-game routine?
Day before is always spag bol. So me, I'll always sit there, have spaghetti bolognese and garlic bread together, and then rice pudding later on. Always have rice pudding. Yeah. And then game days, I either lie in. Mrs. takes the kids to school if they're in school or not. If they're not, she goes out, lets me have a morning to myself, and then I get back in bed. Depending what time we play. If it's 8 o'clock kick-off, I get back in bed at midday-ish, sleep till about 3:30, and then I'm up then, ready. Subway. Yeah.
On game day?
Game day, yeah.
What time?
Usually 4 hours before kick-off, so like 4 o'clock-ish.
Foot long?
Yeah, foot long ham, cheese, lettuce, mayonnaise, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 cookies. And then that's me, I'm ready.
3 cookies or 3 cookies?
3.
3 cookies?
Yeah, 3 cookies.
Okay, chocolate chip?
Any, I just let them pick it.
Okay.
So just free variety. And then, yeah, drive to the game. I always get there, if it's an home game, I always get there an hour before we should be there.
Yeah.
So if we should be there at 6:30, I'm there at 5:30.
And why is that?
I just like watching the boys come in.
Okay.
I think that's just me where I'm getting myself prepared. Yeah, I'm always an early bird. I'm usually putting GPSs in lads' shirts, so like just helping out. I think it's just
you help out.
I just like getting there. It might be my nerves. I don't like sitting in traffic. I always like being early. If I've got to be there at like 9 o'clock, I'm there at 8:30. I'm always, I reckon I'm always there a good half an hour before I should be. But yeah, it's just good punctuality, isn't it? Really, just being early and on time. And yeah, I've always been taught that off my old man. He's always said like, you know, get there in good time, and you know you can relax. And I relax into the game. Then that's when I get there, and you can see lads coming in and like bouncing around, and like I get there, set all my stuff out. I know it's all ready, and I can relax, headphones on, music on, and.
So So you got there early, then you get into the changing room.
Yeah,
Headphones on in the changing room.
Yeah, so I'll talk to like the staff, the doctors will come in, so I'll chat to them, see what they've been doing in the day. Because our doctors, he's bonkers. He's like, he tells you what he's done in the day, what he's cut out, and so like, yeah, he should.
Cut out?
Yeah, yeah, it's mad. So then, we have a chat, and then they all go out, and then that's it. Then like. There's no staff who come in then because you usually get like tours coming around because I get there that early that there's still people getting shown around the changing rooms, and so they all go, and then that's when I can start stripping off, getting ready, and then
So you got headphones on in the changing room?
Yeah.
Just
beats on,
getting your thoughts together.
Yeah, I just relax. That's why I get there early, so then I can have a minute to myself, boom, and then I know it switches on.
Nice.
Game head.
And you still love it?
Still, yeah, I enjoy it.
The same as when you started, or has that changed?
I think it's changed. I reckon when I was younger, I was like super keen, but now it's not. I'm still keen, but I'm a bit more smarter of what I need to do. And when I was younger, I'd just run around just for the sake of it, and you do it to impress or. But now, I'm a little bit more clinical in what I do. And
how do you deal with? Like, I always think it's about wingers, right? As the game, as the play's developing, and you're sort of there anticipating the play.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that energetically? So, you know, when
you just got. I try and gauge it off what my fullback and centre are doing. So, like timing wise, I'll always sit a little bit in front of my centre, but. Just behind, so then if I get it off the fullback, I'm flat enough, or it's just spatial awareness, and then as soon as I get it, I just go boom. It's like if I see that gap, I'm trying to burn my winger, or if it's not on, I have to skip back in. So it's just being aware of what's in front of you. Yeah. So you're always like looking around.
So it's almost like, it's funny because obviously I haven't played.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like anticipation. You're like, fuck, it's going to come, and then it doesn't. You stop, but in your mind, you're just so attuned to it.
Yeah.
You kind of almost intuitively know.
Yeah, muscle memory as well, innit? You just know if you know you're going to get the ball, it's that little glance before you get it, and you think, right, I know I've got you on your outside shoulder, so I can catch it and boom, and go. It's just little things.
As you've done so many times.
So
Was it 203?
Yeah, 203 times. Yeah,
203.
Mad.
What's the standout thing? If you reflect on the whole career so far, what would you say or put up there as like one of the best things, best moments?
Best moments, just probably winning silverware, representing my country. But yeah, it's just being a part of, like I said, that team at the Wigan when we was winning things, and it's always good. You only remember like when you're winning things, and I know at Warrington now they've never won a Super League. They've won Challenge Cups but never won a Super League. But if we win the Super League this year, we'll be remembered for life. Like, it's just been them in them teams where you're winning things. That's what you get remembered for. But the lads who was with us at the time, that tightness of group, we're still tight. I still speak to Sam Tompkins every day, even though he's in France. Yeah, like that tightness that I say. I was on about the brotherhood. You might not see him for ages, but you're still close, and that's what we get with Wigan. I think the lads, everyone's tight knit, and it's you got friends for life, haven't you? Because you've competed together, you compete against each other, but
it's like that bond we were saying when we came out of the Cold War.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
you experience things together.
You go through the same thing. Yeah, that's probably. You can win trophies, and like I say, you're remembered for that, but it's the memories you make on and off the field that stick with me.
Yeah, and the relationships.
Yeah.
The last three, mate, the quick fire rounds.
Oh, yes.
So the first one is there anything you're particularly excited about at the moment? Something you've either come across, noticed, learned about, practiced, watched? Anything you're particularly excited about?
Mate, number one spot. That's I know I'm in the 200. Yeah, I'm in the 200 bracket now, and I'm only getting closer. So that's my aim. But then there's like small things like that I'm taking into my day-to-day routines, and like today with the dip, like that's quite new to me. I'm not. Yeah. So, and then I'm going to like a stretching clinic where this guy's stretching me and just trying to prolong my body, and that small little steps where I think that's because I'm getting older, a little bit smarter, and just day-to-day stuff.
Nice. Okay, perfect follow-on. So, one habit or routine you'd recommend to all listeners?
Cold water.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, like you say, you can have the deepest thoughts that you could be in like a bad place or a good place, but as soon as you get in the water, it's cold. You got to think about number one. That's you. You got to think about your breathing, and then if you're out there on your own, it's so peaceful. Yeah. Because it's just you against, like say, yourself. So cold water, 100%.
Yeah. Have you done them out there on your own?
No, I've always done it with Ben, but in winter when it's freezing, you don't speak.
Yeah.
Because it's cold, and you're like, but. As soon as you relax into it, then you can start talking, and the time goes a bit quicker when you start chatting, doesn't it?
Have you thawed out now, by the way?
Yeah, I'm sound now.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
I'm expecting this to be a bit warmer, to be honest.
Nah, it's all right. This is blowing around, so
yeah. Last one, mate.
Yeah.
So, if you take yourself back to a particularly challenging point in the journey.
Yeah.
Imagine there's two versions of yourself. What's the difference between the version of yourself who's gone on to push on and achieve all the great things that you've done, the one who's sat opposite me,
yep,
the one who's going to go on to get that number one spot,
yep,
and the one who wouldn't have gone on to do all those things?
I reckon when I was young, the time where I got my dreams ripped apart, where they said I weren't wanted at Wigan, and that was just the determination going, right, I'm going to come back. I could have gone one way or the other. I could have gone, no, I don't want to play rugby league again. Yeah. I could have gone and working on site, but no, I was still driven to get there and do it.
Yeah.
So like I say, that could have gone either way. Because I know lads who have been let go and gone, "No, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore." But no, I've always had that drive to do better and go for it. You have to. Like I say, we've only got a short career, and as soon as you get that opportunity, and if you're handed it, you've got to take it. And yeah, I've always took it.
Love it, mate.
Yeah, all good.
Mate, it's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, man, I've loved it.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, really good chat, and yeah, mate. Hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Get up here when it's colder, mate. You're getting
When
that
it's colder.
resi. Yeah.
I want to come on when it's warmer, mate.
yeah, we'll get a beer and have a nice stroll.
That sounds amazing, mate.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.